official first launch of the garden. It's front yard, obviously. The plan here is to have a native garden, but with structure built around it to create a little bit more formality as well as some delineation of the beds. So looking at the front, you can see some small plants across the front, right on the easement of the yard that will grow up to create a hedge wall. Those are cocoa plums, so they also make a fruit, which I've never eaten before, and I'm excited to potentially love them or maybe just mediocre like them, but regardless, they are fruit. Right here you're looking at an eventual path in between the arbor, what do you call it, trellis, and then that will come all the way to the road, and then on either side of that I'll continue the hedge up along the side, so creating a bed there and a bed over there. Most likely that'll just be all native plants, wildflowers, pollinator garden, where it can just kind of do its own thing but be contained within the walls of the hedge, and then pretend like this is all grown up and beautiful. So again, we're walking up what I believe will probably be a crushed shell path on either side on the corners. I have a David Austin rose, which I now can't recall. It's yellow. It'll come to me. That will be on the end caps of either of those. And then a vining, flowering, potential food. I'm not really sure what I'm going to put on each of these. I kind of think this first one will be roses, maybe bougainvillea. Those are pretty thorny, and also attract iguanas, so I'm not sure about that. But anyway, imagine something beautiful cascading up and around. So right now we're walking, hearing crunch, crunch, crunch sound. It's going to be delightful. This circle section will be all cleared out. I'll transplant these salvia and those lavender back there to new areas. This will be flattened, and then at some point in the future I would love to have pavers. So it would be a paver sitting area, and I envision this to be kind of like a memorial contemplative area. In my previous garden, I had my memorial garden for my niece and my father-in-law that had passed away, and obviously, well, maybe not obvious, but since this was my mom and dad's house, a memorial for my dad as well. So again, crunch, 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 amazing. So come up to this middle area, and then to the right will be a path under this trellis. To the left will be a path under that trellis. Again, imagining just vegetables or flowers or something, potentially just changing through the seasons. So right here we are pretending like it's a crushed shell path that will meander over to the right and connect up to our neighbor's yard, and then also be able to walk down the side of the houses. Excuse me. And then if I go to turn, you can kind of see with these rocks, this will be a garden bed. So it's 4 feet wide. 2 feet will be able to be accessed from this side, 2 feet from that side. You can kind of see some more rocks up there. So right there is a future crushed shell path, and that will connect with this one. So again, pretending out in the future that there are crushed pretty shells here, so you can hear that crunch crunch noise to walk underneath. So as you can see, I didn't continue it, but this will, whoops, where's my finger? Go and connect up there, so the path will go up to what's currently a concrete, and then this is where the paths would intersect from over there. So still on the path, we'd walk here. This is all crushed path. Next to the trellises would be a little bit narrower, probably about 2 feet. Kind of see that with the rocks. So again, right here is all garden, and then right here is the walking path, and then right now it's grass and stuff, but eventually this would become things. And the curbing is, I believe, original to the house, and it's starting to disintegrate, so I feel like that would be at some point removed and then this kind of reshaped. But for now, that's like future, like future Adrian and future you guys will be able to look at it and go, holy crap, look at that. Look at what it became. Anyway, so crunch, crunch, crunch. We're on the path. So I'm going to pause here and go back this way. So you're on the path. Again, garden bed, paver patio, maybe even like a cute fountain. Pretty flowers popping over the top, and then the path out to the street there. Reorient back on the path. So over here right now is grass, but this would eventually be some type of garden beds. So we're planning to plant, I don't think I planted it out over there, but 2 citrus trees. This one right here is the lemon, but I'm going to flip-flop it. So right here is going to be a key lime, and they're going to be pruned and kept small so that they're easily accessible for fruit as well as not dominating the whole front yard. So right here will be a key lime, and then over there in that what will become a flower bed will be this Meyers lemon, which is next to me. So I'm pretty excited about those. Both of those, again, kept pretty small. And then if we swing back around, so we've got garden bed, about 2 feet here, garden bed. I'm on the path, so the path right here is going to come right up to here, and then we're underneath this trellis. So this is, come back over here, it's probably really dizzy, huh, when I do that. But imagine walking path, right there's where they converge, and then walking path to the backyards. We turn back around, so we're back on the curved walking path. To the right here, I am going to be planting this, it's either called a bunch of things, but Barbados cherry, Acerola, A-C-E-R-O-N-O cherry. That will go there. Again, pruned to be kept small, be really pretty and arching, and it makes these really pretty pink flowers. From what I understand, because we're in Florida, zone 10A, this will probably produce fruit year-round and will flower year-round. We'll see if that's actually what happens or not. Okay, so on these front ones, planning to do a 2-foot wide bed. Instead of coming off 4 feet here, probably just continue the 2 feet and then the 2 feet, and then same thing on that side. Do you see the vision? It's going to be so exciting. We won't even really get into what's happening all back there, I think, at this point, but a lot of this will get transplanted. This rose tree here will remain. This is definitely not necessarily a native tree, but this was a tree that we had at my dad's funeral, and that made the ride down with us when we drove down from Minnesota down here. So that will grow and flower and be beautiful. And then again, kind of some rearranging of things here. I'll continue on with a little bit more explanation when the sun isn't so bright.